Yo. Alright, I spent a lot of my time today culling a lot of my tabs on Vivaldi, which is my main browser. I still use Google Chrome, but Vivaldi is my main one on my computer. I managed to bring it down from like 141 tabs at minimum to like 65 tabs. So I figured I'd start with this game first tonight, since it is gonna get a bit harder, I believe, maybe. But I guess we shall see. Cool. Are you making another one, or were you not finished with that one? While you answer that, oops. Actually, before I forget, bam! Content warning: suicide. We're investigating a case, and it was previously deemed a suicide. So, it's gonna be touched upon a lot. Still not done? Ah, I gotcha. So, it is 8. So, we've learned 2 things that we haven't asked anyone about yet last time. Why don't I just have the doll? When did I get the doll? Jenks just walked into the room of what seemed to be like a cult ritual and was like, hey, what's going on in here? And not a single time was he given a doll. Anyways, actually, right, I forgot that we did kind of start 8 p.m. because we were able to talk. Game, I don't know where you think I'm going. However, I am not going to fight against it, considering it you, through use of my map going the complete opposite direction, gave me another thing to ask. Yeah. Ryan was like, hey, piss off. No one gave Jenks a doll, so why do we just have the doll here instead of, I don't know, notes like we usually do? Third time's the charm. There we go. Actually, I should. Since I've got some stuff to ask him.
If you don't mind. What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burn?
What sort of doll burning?
It doesn't mean anything to you.
No. Should it?
No, that's okay.
Nah, no, it's completely fine. Yeah, I'd understand if you didn't know what it was. You know, no one really knows except me. Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine.
Seen this before?
Oh,
No,
porn.
what is it?
Do you recognize it?
No. Should I?
It is worth asking James about the remote control lock. You know what? Fair.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'm just gonna walk. Because now that we have this item, well, I would have presumed we were gonna unlock the car, but this works too.
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
Guitars are my favorite instrument, but due to me being dumb, I don't really understand why you wouldn't want to keep guitars in a garage. They probably would. I am just checking through. I'm just asking everyone about the thing, and then I'm gonna
A few more questions.
find
if you don't mind.
contradictions. Hello, Exile. Wait, doll burning ceremony.
What can you tell me about doll burning at Atlas?
Not very much. It's one of Ryan's ideas. My son is under the illusion that he's a genius.
All in one breath. Fascinating.
Seen this before?
Ah, that's my son's porn.
The writing looks familiar, but no.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
Ryan? Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
Okay, so he's never tried to go professional.
If he did try, it was never going to happen.
Ouch.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Also, since we have the thing for the guitar. Hey James,
Couple
would
more
you
questions,
happen
if
to
that's
know
okay.
about the guitar? Nope.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
The mental image of Jinx coming into James's house, sitting down, and then immediately going, well, that was all, thank you. Ding.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. What do you know about doll burning at Atlas?
Only that it's part of the course. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I made dozens for him.
You made them.
Oh, Ryan can't make anything. He's practically dyspraxic.
Dyspraxic? I don't think I know what that word means. Let's learn together. Dyspraxic. Developmental coordination disorder. Hey, Mom. Developmental coordination disorder is marked by clumsiness in otherwise healthy kids. Oh, damn. Alright, well, that would explain why Ryan sucks at guitar.
Do you know anything about this?
Oh, that's my husband's porn DVD.
No, sorry. Ask Ryan.
Smooth. I don't know what it is. Ask my husband.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
He tries.
Play is a strong word.
He does keep wasting money on the note. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix. It's sad, really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind. They both went for different executions of the same joke. Does Ryan play guitar? He tries. Golan's not here yet. Good use of quotation marks, Inspector Jinx. Very ominous. Aw. Sorry to hear that, Dara.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Alright. So, Rebecca is not above roasting her own husband. Good to know. I honestly would have thought she would have booed her husband, but, you know, I don't know much about what
Ask you a
her
couple more
profession
things,
is.
please. What do you know about doll burning?
Interesting
I think it was
face.
something that they did in the course. Simon mentioned it.
Oh, they didn't do that when you were there?
No.
Have you seen this before?
No? Don't think so.
I'm sorry, Inspector, I don't watch that kind of thing.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
Oh,
I know he
God, no.
plays because he tried to buy one off me.
Do you play?
I used to. I used to be in a band, but I was a singer as well, so I got away with it.
Singer as well?
Yeah, I used to sing in a band every night.
Oh.
But sometimes it was in a pub, but usually at Rebecca's.
What was that called?
It was called Blackstone.
Uh-huh.
This guy from a record company once came to see us, and he said the band was rubbish, but that I was good. So after that, I don't think they liked me much, and then we broke up after college.
Can't hide talent.
Oh. Alright, I immediately know a contradiction here,
Thank
but
you.
we're gonna visit
Probably
Simon
be back
first.
later.
Alright.
What do you know about doll burning?
Not on the course. It's
Yeah,
a ritual
no,
thing.
not on the
It's,
course.
Getting rid of things that you don't need. Throw it into the fire.
And that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, it helps you getting rid of things you don't need, so you can move on, take control again.
Like,
So what are the masks for?
guilt.
They're just to help you get into the right frame of mind. Just get you into the zone, you know. Help with
Get
the
rid
trance.
of yourself. Put on mask.
Yeah. It's like self hypnosis. We do it on the course sometimes. It's just to help you get into the right frame of mind, you know.
So you hypnotize yourself? How do you do that?
Just stare into a mirror and chant something, you know, just say the same thing over and over again. Or you could just close your eyes and put yourself into a trance. Some people can do that.
And that's safe?
Well, yeah. Hypnosis doesn't work the way that most people think it does. You can't just be hypnotized if you don't want to be hypnotized. But you can learn to
It requires
hypnotize yourself.
consent.
What did you say it was called? Auto-hypnosis.
Self-hypnosis, auto-hypnosis, same thing, really.
Potato.
I think Simon was a bit too quick to play
Potato,
down
potato.
the role of auto-hypnosis on the course. I'll have to ask around about this.
Alright, well, we're gathering many things to ask people about.
Have you seen this before?
Huh, I think that's Ryan's porn.
Oh, sorry.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
Not a whole lot. I know he brought a guitar to one of the groups once, at the end of one of the stages. That's the only time I've seen him with a guitar.
So you saw him having the guitar, but you've never heard him play the guitar.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Do you know what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of
self-hypnosis.
self-hypnosis, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you
My
ever
God,
tried it?
she really did do
No,
that.
I haven't. But I think
How do I
Kate
keep
was
doing
into
this?
it. She learned it from when she went to Atlas.
And what did she
Okay.
tell you about it?
Not a lot, really. I think it helped her. I think she used it as a sort of self-meditation.
Interesting.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Alright. Ding a ding a
Just a few
ding
more
ding ding.
questions, if you don't mind.
Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis.
Yeah,
And what do you know about it?
it's another name for scrying. Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right. So you're saying scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Scrying? You could scry on anything. I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake.
Or
in
the
moonlight.
fire.
And when you're watching the water, what happens? Do you go into a trance?
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper. You swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning. And you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, you come to the surface again. Then you wake up and see the world as it really is. It's like a journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. But she bought one.
Right.
Interesting.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Alright, lol, bye.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
So how
Anymore.
was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force... to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged in any way by hypnosis.
So you've never put pressure on students to enter into hypnosis?
It would be impossible to do so.
I do love the way this dude just plays this character. Like, he really does seem like the most evil man in the world. Where, especially when he's casually talking, he's like, this is the thing we used to force help students achieve.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I think some of the more forceful hypnosis that cults would do, I think would be more what was it? Because essentially there is a hint of truth in that whole hypnosis thing, because like a lot of cults can easily get formed because people all you need is just to be charming and to have similar stances that other people have, and then they'll just follow you. And then once they're inside, you can subtly twist those beliefs until you get them behaving more like how you want them to behave. And that's why cults are so scary. It's not the fact that they force people, it's that they subtly corrupt them. Is there such a thing as a mono character cosplayer?
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
A couple? Jenks don't lie, this is only
Do you
one.
know anything about hypnosis used on the Atlas course?
Are you sure you mean hypnosis or the power of persuasion?
What's the difference?
Not a lot. But if you want someone to do something, it's usually easier to ask nicely.
Atlas used persuasion techniques.
Well, don't all businesses use it, Inspector? Ever heard of advertising?
She's good. I'll give her that.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Yeah, I can't do a mono fandom either. I mean, look at all the fucking games that I want to play through. I can't choose one. They're all so good. Mostly. But yeah, I do love the writing of this game. I really want to learn how to write like this, in case I make a story of my own, because like each character really does have unique perspectives, and especially like with the way they phrase that stuff. Learned about auto-hypnosis from what was it, Simon?
A few more questions, please.
Did you learn me auto-hypnosis? Yes, you did. So, you know, he told us that it was self-hypnosis. We went to James and he said that self-hypnosis is just another word for scrying. And then we went to Rebecca and she said that it's really more persuasion than hypnosis.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'm coming back for
That's
you,
all the
Emma.
moment. Thank you.
Don't think you're off the hook just yet. I'm just going to Ryan. Uh-oh.
The DVD. That's all they took. It must have been deliberate. Someone clearly wanted that back. Nice and helpful of them to leave a piece of evidence behind, though.
Not the hentai DVD. Damn, I was gonna ask Ryan about it. Everyone else was saying that I should ask him about it. Alright. Let's start over.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Tell Mom I said Good luck with work.
Seen this anywhere before?
Nope.
I'm like, cool.
Be back later on if that's okay.
Jenks bursting in. Have you seen this before? No. Okay, cool, thanks.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Don't lie,
Have
it's
you
just
seen
one.
this before?
No, I don't think so.
You don't recognise the shop?
Wait a minute, that's Monarch
Is
costumes.
there someone else who works at Atlas? Someone who may have been there tonight?
No. There's a cleaner. Comes at strange times, but then he's a strange boy. Work experience.
As a cleaner?
Well, we did try him in accounts, but didn't work out.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
That's it for now. Thank you. Very posh.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I swear, if you keep coming in here, you're just gonna run me out of fine and dandies.
Have you seen this before anywhere?
Well, I know the shop, costume shop just outside the village.
Ever used it?
Not personally, but I think mine might have.
Thank you.
Alright, cool, thank
Probably
you.
be back later.
Put it on my tab. Leave the drink. Shit, I meant to leave at the door. I'm leaving now. Bye. Walks past the door. Alright. It is so funny to just imagine Inspector Jenks as being both sporadic and a bit clumsy.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Seen this? You know the shop?
Seen this?
Yeah, I know the shop. I hired something from them last year, I think.
This is for a party, I assume.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. No, it either is or it isn't.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Do you know the shop? Have you used it?
Why would you
No,
ask
but
it
I know
differently
where it
here?
is.
Alright,
That's
cool
all for the
information.
moment,
Thank you. Alright. Now we can enter Atlas. Oh shit, I can't ask him anything. Well, time for that contradiction that I was leaving in the dust.
A few more questions, please. Thank
Hey
you.
bitch, so, Liam, you didn't know him very well. However, you were in fucking Blackstone, his band.
That band you sang in, Blackstone. Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
Why did you say you didn't know him?
No, it's not that. I just thought you meant that I didn't know about his suicide.
Did you?
No, I
Oh my
was
god.
aware on holiday.
When he died?
Yeah, I only knew him through the band.
Alright,
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem. I'm not sure I believe you, Emma.
I don't believe her either. You don't have to tell me twice. Shit, now I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I have anything that could contradict this. Because if anything, all I'd have, if this was Kate, then yeah, I could definitely have something that could contradict it. But it's not.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
That does sound like what I should do next. I'm gonna check and see if getting that contradiction spawned Ryan back in the game, though. But if not, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out Rebecca and see if, I can ask her some questions. This asshole still isn't here. What if he was in here? Alright. It could be possible that I still need to find the contradiction with Emma as well, but let's see. I don't see anything contradiction worthy.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Cool, thanks game. Yeah, if only he could spawn. Call the chief for an update. The hint is telling me this, so I'm going over here.
Yes, Jenks.
So I've been assaulted, mugged.
Oh, right.
No, a DVD I found, sir.
Oh, thank God.
I don't think so, sir, but obviously someone wanted it back. Put a bag over my head.
What did I do that for?
I've no idea. It's quite disorienting, actually.
Did you keep the bag?
Yes.
Right, we'll find out where it came from. Someone must know about it.
All right, Chief.
I
I'll
already
call later.
basically found out where it came from the moment I grabbed the bag. It has the place where it came from right on it. Alright, that was probably what I needed to do. Now, hopefully, Atlas will have spawned Ryan back in. That would make sense, though. We're an inspector. Of course, we would tell our chief that we were just mugged. Well, shit. Okay, well... Still nothing here, right? Yeah. There's gotta be a contradiction with Emma.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
You're a bit too quick with the Liam thing. God damn it, I'm already stuck. Damn.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Okay. Oh! Oh, that's so cool. I've never actually seen anyone look through these. Man, that makes a lot more sense. Alright. Let's see about Liam. Didn't know Liam, heard about him. Only knew Liam through that. So Liam's here on a different course. try using this. Maybe now I can actually just get a hint. Because I've basically figured out where the bag came from. It's from the place that was on the bag. Please. You've got to be shitting me. Good night, Dara. I can't enter the reading room. I can only enter, or I can only knock on here. It took away my ability to enter the other room. Good question indeed. Oh, fucking fine, game. Wait a minute. I have not checked down here. Didn't really help much. God damn it, man. Am I this dumb? I read a little bit on the little guide that I have. Thankfully, it does pace out
Ask about a few more things, please.
the little story beats and notes the parts that it tells you what the contradictions are. So there's at least another contradiction we can find here. He doesn't know where this bag is from.
Aha.
Figured.
Do you
I
visit
knew one of them
monarch
had it. It
costumes
was
a
him,
lot?
though.
No, I used to go in there occasionally. Why?
But you do know the shop.
Yes, of course I do.
You see, Paul, I thought you said you didn't know where this bag was from.
Well, maybe I do.
This was used to put over my head, Paul, by a mugger. Would you like to tell me something?
That's
Are you
racist.
suggesting that I had something to do with your mugging?
Did you?
You really ask the most ridiculous questions.
Sometimes
Of course I
you,
didn't.
yeah.
So why did you lie about the shop?
Well, I didn't have anything to do with your mugging, Inspector, but I might know of somebody who did.
Go on.
Did Ryan mention Jason to you, the cleaner? Unfortunately, Ryan at some point told Jason that the DVD mustn't be removed from the site. So, when he saw you take it, he simply thought that he was doing us a favor by, getting it back. He isn't exactly what you'd call one of Darwin's best examples.
So what's on the DVD that's so special?
All right, it was something I did myself, a little stunt I pulled to amuse the students.
What kind of stunt?
I pretended to steal from the students. I emphasize the word pretended. The students knew all about it afterwards. Everything was above board.
Steal from students? Why?
We were doing a piece about pushing the limit, so I decided I would show them how it was done. Oh, don't look so serious, Inspector. I returned everybody's things immediately afterwards. No harm done.
And when was this?
Last year sometime.
At Third Eye or Atlas?
Third Eye, I think.
And this was before or after Liam died?
Well, since you'll probably find out anyway, it happened to be on the night that Liam died, as it happens. Before you ask, no, I didn't steal from him.
Do you think it's a good idea to encourage students to steal, Paul?
I wasn't encouraging students to steal. Policemen are so literal. Life is shades of grey, Inspector. Much as the Force might like it, it doesn't divide neatly into blacks and whites. Now, if you don't mind, you're going to have to excuse me for a moment. You know where the door is.
Alright, fine. I'll boot myself out this door. That is probably what's gonna get me.
See, he was
Ryan
quick enough
back.
to claim he didn't steal from Liam. What kind of stunt was that anyway? And Liam dying later the same night? It's just all a bit too suspicious.
He was quick on that because he was trying to make sure that you didn't ask another question. It doesn't seem to line up with what he said, though, because he said he was at Atlas the night Liam died. And he did do the thing that night. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully, Ryan's back. Probably made the phone call. Please. Fuck. Wait a minute. I have... Oh. Paul's theft stunt. Of course, yeah. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I noticed something.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Oh, shit.
Thank you. Probably be back later. A few more questions, please. Did you know about Paul's money stealing at Atlas?
Are you talking about a particular incident or just in general?
It's something he did on the course. Stunt.
And what did he do exactly?
Oh, well, he pretended to steal from the students.
That doesn't ring a bell. Paul's stunts usually involve throwing fancy dress parties with scantily clad girls or women dressed as nurses. That's his usual fetish.
When was the last party he threw?
Sometime in the summer. I didn't stay long.
Huh.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Huh.
Ask you a couple more things, please. What do you know about Paul Rand?
Paul the Slime.
You've obviously met him then.
Yes, I have.
What do you know about him committing a fake theft during one of the courses?
What, about him going through people's bags? Yeah, he tried that thing on me as well, weirdo.
So you were at Third Eye?
Yes. Yes, I went there for a few months after college and I left because I hated it. And I didn't know Atlas was the same thing. And I went with Simon.
Does Simon know that?
No. I didn't want to burst his bubble, so I didn't say anything.
So he doesn't know you went to Third Eye?
No.
Ah! So is that where you met Ryan as well?
Yep.
Right. What didn't you like about the course?
Well, it was stupid. They just made you do things to other people and be abusive just to prove that you could, and I absolutely hated it.
What sort of things?
Oh, just stupid things. Nasty things to prove that you could do it. It was about not feeling guilty.
An example would be
It was
nice.
horrible. That's why I
You know.
left.
And is Simon doing all of this stuff now?
No, I think they had to stop because it was just getting ridiculous. I think somebody got arrested or something.
Very interesting.
I feel like there's another contradiction
Be
here,
back
but
later on, if that's okay.
Simon, what would you know? Yep, pieces are starting to fit.
What do you know about Paul stealing money from students? Part of a stunt or something?
What, did he do that? I've never heard about anything like that. No, it might be part of the risk-taking thing, though.
Explain that.
Well, it's part of the course. You have to
note.
do something dangerous or risky, something you wouldn't normally do.
Something dangerous?
Well, not dangerous, just risky. Like saying something you wouldn't normally say to someone, or doing something unusual.
Like stealing from other students?
Well, we didn't do anything like that. But
No. All we
you
did
have to
was
tell
say
everyone at the end of the
slurs.
course anyway. And you're not allowed to do anything that would hurt or offend anyone. Or you're not allowed to do anything really bad.
Oh, okay.
It's all
So they
pretend,
didn't say
really.
slurs. Alright.
Seems a bit odd for a business course.
It works, though.
But does it? Does it work, Simon?
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
I have to see. Oh. Good night, Mom. Love you.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright, well, the game's telling me to call the chief yet again for an update. Beep bop boop beep bop boop bop beep bop beep.
Got something useful to tell me, Jenks?
Chief, I found out that Emma was in a band with Liam, the student who died last year.
Yeah. What does she know about Liam?
Not much. She wasn't there when he died.
Well, make sure she wasn't. Find out who was there that night. Work out what night it was. Make sure Paul Rand wasn't involved. My other phone's ringing. Call me back, Jenks.
Righto, Chief.
Quick and to the point. Ryan, you've got to be here, right? You bitch. Let me in.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Scroll just enough to see that this is one of the things that is needed to find this contradiction. Oh shit. Yeah, nice fucking try, man.
So, you witnessed Paul's money-stealing stunt, is that right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when Liam died.
No.
Don't quite understand that, you see, because Paul pulled the stunt on the same night. Liam died later that evening.
I must have got mixed up.
So you don't know anything about Liam's death, even though you were there on that night?
No.
Emma. I think you better explain, don't you?
Well, it was the stupid course, wasn't it?
Go on.
Well, we were all told to do stupid things, and then that thieving thing happened, and so...
Take a breath, Emma.
Liam killed himself because of me.
Oh no.
Why?
What?
Liam had a birthmark on the side of his face. And no one would mention anything, even though we all knew it was there. And they all thought it was ugly. So I thought I'd say something, and I even asked Paul if it was okay to say it.
And what did he say?
He said he wouldn't mind. Then Liam killed himself. Liam's dead because of me.
Well, Emma, I'm quite sure you regret what you said, but I really don't think you caused Liam's death. There's always more to these things than meets the eye. It wasn't your fault.
We can't tell Simon, please.
Simon doesn't need to know. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Aww. You make me cry. That was so nice for Inspector Jinx. He's like, he doesn't need to know.
Poor Emma. I suppose it's possible that what she said led to Liam's death, but I really doubt it.
Probably
Blame the rounds
helped a bit.
before I blame her.
Yeah, true. Alright, this probably does now unlock Ryan, now that it is an hour later.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
James want to know about Emma and Liam. Alright, fair enough.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
What'd you come in here for, mate?
A couple more questions, if that's okay. Do you think Emma's criticism of Liam on that last night led to his suicide?
I doubt it helped.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize him?
I didn't encourage Emma to do anything. I merely told her what we tell every student to do, to express themselves as they want to. It would be out of order to criticize them after that, wouldn't it? However, I didn't expect her to criticize his birthmark, if that's what it was. That's a decision she took herself.
So you didn't know her well?
No, not at all.
Bull fucking shit. Shit.
You say you didn't know Emma, yet you bought her a freedom necklace.
I don't remember saying anything about buying Emma a necklace.
So you didn't buy her one? So you did buy her one. So that means you must have known her, and quite well too.
Stop making such a big thing about this, Inspector. Look, I've been around a few years. The clock is ticking. And I admit I have an embarrassing weakness for attractive women. It was a stupid mistake, but that's all it was.
So you're saying you tried it on with her?
No, I didn't try it on. I bought her a necklace. I'm not aware that there's a law against buying presents unless, of course, the Third Reich has been elected while I was at a bridge party. Emma was old enough to make decisions for herself. And as a matter of fact, she decided that she didn't want to be bothered with an old fool like me. So nothing happened, no mistakes, nobody got hurt. All right.
Like father, like son. No surprises there. I wonder how many students Paul has tried it on with.
Yeah, once I figured that I could ask him about this, and he kind of talked about this, I knew, especially from Emma talking about the fact that she got the necklace from an unwanted party. Yeah. Looking forward to finding that contradiction, I tell you what.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Well, shit.
That's all for the moment. Thank you. Ask
Hope
you a
you're
couple
feeling
more
better.
things, please.
Right.
Be back later
Sorry.
on, if that's okay.
I'm crawling through the window in order to ask Simon something. Oh, that's cool that they would phrase it like that here. Jenks has promised not to discuss this with Simon.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
It is most likely that Simon is now at the course. I'm just starting from left to right so that I can make my way here. Woo! Ooh, boxes. I'll be taking this.
That'll come in handy. Don't know why I never remember to buy one.
Ow, my eyes. I was wondering when I was gonna find that fucking thing. Shit, I should have seen the other door. Oh well, he is here though.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
We have several things to be talking about.
So tell me more about this doll burning.
It's a symbolic ceremony we perform every few weeks on the course.
What's it about?
It's about burning your old personality and finding a new one, a better one.
So the dolls are...
You. They represent you from the past. Each doll has a picture of the student as a child or a teenager. And they burn the doll and symbolically destroy their old personality. It's quite simple but effective, I find.
And why did that girl shout?
Because it's an emotional thing. She's quite clearly become very attached to her doll. They do spend the first month with them. We tell them to take the doll everywhere with them before they actually go through the doll burning.
And you believe that's a good thing? Destroying your past?
Of course it's a good thing, Inspector. We're all shackled to our past, particularly you by the sound of it. Perhaps we should make a doll of you, Inspector, and burn that. What do you think?
No, thank you.
You're
Sounds like
probably
voodoo.
right. I'm not sure it would do any good anyway.
Damn, dude. Didn't need to phrase it like that, man.
I didn't realize you were a musician.
Oh, well, I'm not really a musician. I mean, I dabble a little bit. To be quite honest with you, I'm far more interested in collecting guitars.
You're not in a band?
Well, I did audition. I did audition a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, of course, I mean about 20 years ago. Doesn't time fly?
What band was that?
Oh, I can't remember. Something Stone. Aren't they all called something Stone? Hammerstone. That's it.
And you still collect?
Hammerstone.
I haven't bought a guitar for over a year. I feel I've moved on.
Ah. It's not Blackstone, so it's not Liam's band, which would make sense because he auditioned? Auditioned, yeah. He auditioned for it 20 years ago.
Can you tell me about auto-hypnosis?
Well, what would you like to know?
Do you use it on the course?
We dip into it occasionally, but it's not a major feature of the course. I would say that, well, a minority of the students know how to use it, but the majority wouldn't know and have a clue.
It's not a requirement of the course.
No, not at all. We don't ask people to do things that they're not comfortable with. There's no bribery, no coercion. We're thinking about phasing auto-hypnosis out, actually.
What's the reason for that?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Inspector, it doesn't actually work very well.
Interesting.
Do you know what this is?
Well, I think it's a bag.
Smart
Is
ass.
it a bag, Inspector?
The shop
Oh, yes, the costume shop. Yes, we used to hire from them.
for the course.
Alright.
Well, yes. For the course, at the end of each stage, we have a little party, and we ask students to dress up or try acting out being somebody new, their new selves, as it were.
Could you explain a bit more? New selves?
One of the main elements of the course is learning how to act, how to be whoever you need to be in any given situation. I think you'll agree, Inspector, that business is about being the right person in the right situation at the right time. What it does, it helps them to detach themselves, become somebody new, pretend, you know, that kind of thing. It's surprising what a little bit of cross-dressing can do for you, Inspector. You should try it.
Not at this stage.
Dude, like, this is the kind of guy that you love to hate, cause, my god, the sarcasm dripping in that statement. Can you tell me what this is? Why, I do believe that is, in fact, a bag. Is it a bag? that particularly amused me. I love smart-ass comments like that. That one was expertly done. Alright.
What do you know about your father's money-stealing stunt?
Oh, well, yes, that was something that Dad decided to do as part of the shock aspect of the course.
But he went too far, you believe.
He usually does.
And do you think it did have anything to do with Liam's death?
No. Liam wasn't like that at all. I mean, that was just a simple, unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Liam had his own problems, but he didn't have any problems with the money shock stunt. No.
What do you know about Emma Bowman criticising Liam before his suicide?
I was there. I witnessed it. Well, I know Emma blamed herself for his death.
Did she?
Well, she was upset and all of that, but I wouldn't blame her, Inspector. I really don't think she had anything to do with it at all.
You don't think?
Liam was a very confident person, very outgoing, very strong individual, or so it seemed. I mean, people are free to do what they like. Even something as irreversible as bumping themselves off. Sad though that is, of course.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Oh, I know where it might be useful, game. I just wanted to see if you had any other helpful tips. Fucker. Try using this. Pot. Car. Car.
Oh, well. And there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
James. That's James. I'm willing to bet that is James. Let's go ask him about it.
Ask about a few more things, please. Know anything about these?
Nope.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I like how a lot of his comments are no. Nope. Nada. Apparently he didn't know something, sadly. However,
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Do you know what these are?
Yes, that's Ryan's car. Another toy he managed to ruin. It was vandalized sometime last year.
You know who did it?
I don't believe anybody was ever prosecuted for it.
that didn't particularly answer my question in a useful way. Congratulations.
That's all for the moment. Thank you. A few more questions, please. Have you ever seen these?
It's Ryan's car. It got vandalised last year. His camera had been stolen, so I took pictures. God, whoever did it made a mess, didn't they?
But nobody was prosecuted for it.
Not that I remember. The insurance paid out, though.
And thus, it was happily ever after.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I wonder if there's anything in the town hall area now. There wasn't.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know anything about these?
Nope. Sorry.
Alright.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you. Have you seen these before?
No. Don't know the car.
Wait. Oh, I thought he said he doesn't own a car.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yeah, probably being keyword. It is most definitely likely going to happen again.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Bum.
Do you know what these are?
Oh, yes, that's my old car. It was vandalized. I took those for the insurance company. Where did you find those?
At the pub. You know who did this?
Yes. A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course, very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She had a lot of psychological problems. I'm not entirely sure, Inspector. I mean, she took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. Maybe she thought it was a way of getting back at us. I have no idea.
Did Rebecca know about it?
Well, yes, she did, but I wasn't about to unleash Rebecca on her. She can be quite fierce sometimes, you know. And I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems. She lives in the village, actually. The run-down house at the end of the lane. Can't miss it.
Really?
Finally, we get to figure out what's down there. Alright.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Time to investigate that house. In fact, I'm just gonna walk down there. I'm not gonna use the map at all. Let's have a nice little stroll. What hour did we make it to? Are we on 9 or is it 10? Wait, oh wait, hold on. It's after 9. I do have to admit, I do like the name, like, I don't know why, but I like the fact that this is called Wood Lane, and it's the lane that leads into the woods.
Could that be where Lisa lives? Run-down house at the end of the lane. That's what Ryan said, wasn't it?
I'm sure it was. Let's investigate.
Is it Lisa?
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
What sort of incident?
I'd rather come in and discuss it if that's all right with you. I promise I won't take long. Thank you. I'll just go in here, yes?
I have to go out in a minute.
Oh, look, I can come back later.
I might not be here. What did you want to ask?
I just wanted to ask you, did you know Kate Vine?
No.
Right. Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
Well, I heard
a
you
lot of
reacted
things.
badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. So would anyone.
Now, why do you say that?
Because they're devil worshippers.
Devil worshippers.
They're making demons appear. They're tricking everybody. They're getting people to join up, then they're putting demons inside them. You can see them.
See who?
Demons.
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas.
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them. They stay inside you.
So, how did you get rid of them?
I didn't.
You still see them?
I just don't look. I put all the lights on. I make sure it's all bright. I put them on when I need to look in the mirror. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself without seeing the other person.
Who is the other person?
She's like me, but older. It's like her eyes sink in. She's all wrinkled, with a wrinkled mouth. Like she's dying. And then I realize I'm her. I'm not me anymore. I'm her. I'm sorry, I have to go now.
My people need me.
I'm sorry.
What a very fragile and disturbed person, and utterly convinced that Atlas are worshipping the devil. How are Ryan and Paul going to get out of this one?
Wow, very confident in your skill. I don't know why I did that just to go over here. Hey James, I found your
If
soulmate.
you don't mind. Do you know anyone who is interested in or involved with devil worship?
Have you met Lisa?
Which Lisa are you talking about?
Mad Lisa, lives on her own, doesn't like mirrors.
Yeah, I've met her. You think she's mad?
You can't look at yourself in the mirror without seeing ghosts. You've got problems, don't you think?
How do you know her?
She came to the farm for some eggs a couple of times. Got talking to her once, that's all.
And what did she tell you?
Nothing much. Except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Told her the devil needs a good reason to be after you. But she was just like most people, really, blind to herself, except she's more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
Interesting.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
I don't know, man. Sometimes truth lies in the madness.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Do you know anything about devil worship, Paul?
I beg your pardon.
Devil worship? Satanism?
Am I missing something here?
I heard Atlas had elements of Satanism on the course.
You are misinformed. We're a training company, we're not devil worshippers. What kind of a question is that?
So you've no interest in the occult?
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult any more than I have interest in pole vaulting, cheese making, or snake charming. Anything else you want to know that I'm not interested in?
That's fine, thanks.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, but what if... Okay, you have no interest in the occult. However... You know this mirror is for scrying. Fuck.
Be back later on, if that's okay. A few more questions, please. Thank you. Have you ever come across anyone interested in or involved with the occult?
As in black magic? No, why?
Atlas don't use occult techniques or anything like that?
Atlas? Not unless Ryan's got a secret he's not telling me about. Why, who's been talking?
Just a line of inquiry. Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Alright,
Probably
see ya.
back later.
Bye.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Do you know about demons?
Have you ever heard about there being devil worship at Atlas?
Devil worship? No. Definitely not. Who said that?
It's just something I heard. Okay, thanks. That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Tell me about Santa.
What do you know about devil worship?
Devil worship? Where?
At Atlas.
Devil worship at Atlas? No, there's none of that.
Thank you. Probably
Interesting.
be back later.
Alright, Ryan. Coming after you. But first... Alright, there's no Colton here.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Has devil worship ever been part of the course, Ryan?
Am I correct in assuming that you have spoken to Lisa Blind?
You would be. She's been telling me all about the Atlas obsession with Satanism, Ryan.
Then if you've met Lisa Blint, then you will have worked out for yourself that she has a very vivid imagination. She also has psychological problems, diagnosed psychological problems, as a matter of fact.
So where did she get the idea that you lot were, devil worshippers?
I really have no idea. The girl is insane. She's frightened of her own shadow, bless her. She actually thinks that demons are possessing her even now. You really can't trust a word she says.
So you are saying there has never been any devil worship at Atlas?
I don't even know what devil worship is, Inspector. It's not something I particularly know anything about. I certainly don't recall anyone ever having worshipped the devil at Atlas. We even tried to help the poor girl by paying for some treatment, but she didn't want it.
Really?
It's not easy to offer someone help when they think that you're the problem.
Oddly enough, true words. However, there is still a problem with you. Also, is that how it's supposed to have been said all this time? Is it pronounced says? S-A-Y? S-A-Y-S? And it's the third day of October. What spooky costume ideas do you have? Good question. I have been kind of thinking about getting something to that effect done for my characters. If anything, at least I could try and get them like a different outfit for the colder seasons. Also, you piece of shit. You read about this shit. Yeah, nice try.
So, you used to read a lot about voodoo and satanic rituals, but you don't know anything about devil worship?
Well, obviously, I just meant we don't worship the devil. We're not devil worshippers here at Atlas, Inspector. Ridiculous.
But the point is, Ryan, that you claim not to know anything about it, but admitted you were obsessed with it when you were younger. Are you sure none of that made its way onto the Atlas course? And that Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything within that course?
Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything other than her own imagination, Inspector. Look, we do use some techniques that some students find difficult, disturbing.
Well, they do
encourage them to see things differently, that's all. And some people simply aren't up to that. Some people, like Lisa, that's why we introduced the aptitude test.
What's the aptitude test?
This. We ask students to fill in an aptitude test, medical history, psychological issues, that kind of thing, any medication that they have used in the past, any medication that they currently are using. Here, take a look. Basically, it's just to try and make sure that we don't get another Lisa.
Has it worked?
Well, touch wood, so far, yes.
Can I keep a copy of this?
I wonder how much importance they actually give to this test. And what are they doing that's so disturbing anyway?
You tell me, Jenks.
That's all
You've
for
been
now.
investigating them for the entirety of a few hours now. Actually, since it's dark outside, I believe I get to see a scene. Actually, no, it might be later. We're on a well, not home stretch. Home stretch will be 11. Yeah, I actually don't think it's dark yet. Fuck. We have a new thing to ask people.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Have you seen one of these before?
No, not this one exactly, but we had to fill something similar in on the first night at Atlas. One of those aptitude tests, you know, fitness and stuff like that.
Be back later on, if that's okay. Did you do a test before you started at Atlas?
Oh, yeah. It was all just questions about if I had any illnesses or mental health problems or stuff like that, you know. But they didn't actually ask for any proof, so I could have lied through your teeth on that one. Don't think they actually checked.
Interesting. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
I guess it's less about the fact that you would be... I think it's less about the fact that it's being checked. I think it might be more about the fact that seeing it will probably prompt people to think twice. Which they should, honestly. Anyone here? Nope. Alright, goodbye.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Few more questions, please. Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test, exactly?
It's a test we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak. We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
Lisa.
You are well informed.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had one or two psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
And did you change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21. Wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
Interesting.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright, James.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Fuck, he wouldn't know. Okay.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Oops, my bad. I didn't mean to come all the way in here, sit down, only to go right back out. See ya. Alright, well, that was gonna be my next thing to do. So, thank you, Tips.
Interesting, Jenks.
Chief, I finally saw a bit of what goes on at Atlas. I walked in on a meeting. Very strange. There were several students sitting around a fire, taking it in turns to burn handmade woolen dolls.
You're hoping I'm going to say tell me more, aren't you? I'm changing my mind.
Ryan had an explanation for it, as did Simon. He claimed it was all about burning your past or something. Actually, Simon told me something interesting. He said they also use auto-hypnosis on the course.
Oh, what's that?
Self-hypnosis. Hypnotizing yourself. Apparently, that may have been what disturbed Lisa so much.
Is it dangerous?
Well, not in theory. Nobody I've spoken to seems to think so.
Well, if it disturbs Lisa so much, then it can't be all that safe, can it?
I suppose it depends on your psychological state to begin with, but I'll look into it.
Okay, keep it up, Jex.
Always do, Chief. Always do.
You're very funny, very funny. Bye-bye.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Be back later on, if that's okay.
So it's not him. Willing to bet that maybe it is. Shit. I believe I need to see Paul. I believe there's contradiction here.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Aha.
Contra, red-handed.
So nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem with Lisa. That's why we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
With who?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really?
Fucking
And,
grammar
Nazi.
Nazi.
I don't get into relationships with students, Inspector. Company policy. It's not professional.
Oh, bullshit.
Admission that Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. Where is it?
So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Vine? Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she knew how to get it.
You mean that Kate approached you?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.
Haha. Making progress,
10 o'clock,
man.
it's getting late. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace if I'm gonna solve this by midnight.
Oh shit. Someone's in the pub.
I really don't think it's my place, darling.
It is your place here.
I just don't want to tell tales.
Tell him about Simon. You know what happens when you don't do as I say.
Ah, so it's going to be that kind of evening, is it?
If you play your cards right.
Only if you deal. Problems? Hello, Inspector. See you later.
She gave me a fucking death glare, man. Jesus. Ryan's all, oh, hello there, man. And she's just all like, What did he take? Wait, hold on. Did I get... Nope. Did I just see someone walk through here? Any cults in here? Nope.
A couple more questions, if that's okay. Thank
Wait a
you.
minute.
Probably be back later.
I just realized. Here we go. New data.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Drugs. I made out to her. But she gave it to him.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Do you know what the medicine in the cupboard at the pub is for?
You'd better ask Rebecca about that. I'm not exactly sure what's in there. She tends to keep her wares under lock and key. Do you know, our wedding night was quite a surprise.
Gross.
That's it for the
See ya.
time being. Thank you.
Man, he must be really fucking deaf.
Bit careless, Simon. Probably nothing important, but at this stage, I need all the clues I can get. Ask you a couple more things, please. I think you dropped this outside. Someone you know.
Oh, this is just from some IT guy in there. I don't need it.
Fair enough. I noticed some numbers on the back. Do you need these?
I don't know. What is it?
1905?
Oh, yeah, that's just a pin for something. It's okay, I can remember it.
So not an offshore savings account or anything?
No, it's not important.
Turns out, I don't know why I said that. Yeah, it does seem like that. A lot of people seem to be hiding a lot of shit here. It's kind of why we're finding contradictions.
Is this yours?
Yeah. That's from my keys. Where did you find that?
Just outside.
Right. Oh, it must have come off when Nathan dropped my keys off. He was borrowing my car.
That's very trusting.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I am a bit too trusting, really. It's a new car as well.
Aha. So the bike's the only way you can get to work, yes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
I can't drive the car yet, can I? I don't have my license.
Right.
I got a windfall from an insurance payout. Just figured I'd buy something sensible with it straight away instead of wasting the money.
What was the insurance payout?
It was for a laptop. It got stolen down at Atlas.
At Atlas?
Well, they didn't break in. I think they just walked in and took it. The laptop was in a storeroom, but I think the lock was broken, to be honest.
Doesn't sound like they're taking their security very seriously.
Actually, it got a lot better after that.
Think I'll check it anyway.
Must have been a very nice laptop to be able to buy a car with the insurance. Or a very cheap car. Might have to have a talk with Ryan about his security measures.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Have you seen this before?
Nope. Sorry, never heard of him.
What do you know about this?
It's a coin, isn't it?
This is Simon's. I bought this from when we were on holiday. Has he lost it?
He dropped it.
He can't keep anything.
Did you know about Simon's laptop being stolen?
Yeah, because it had all my college work on it, which I hadn't backed up or saved. Not that it mattered much, but I did buy a new one. And Simon uses it now. When I let him.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Alright. Theory. Fuck. Alright. Busted theory. Might try and beat this entire game tonight. Like, we're already at 10 p.m. Ding dong.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
know anything about this?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. We have our own IT chap. Lovely chap, in fact. Fat and sweaty, though. It's like a double act, doesn't it?
Have you seen this before?
No, sorry.
Were you at Atlas when Simon's laptop was stolen?
Oh, I believe I was, yes. It was taken from the storeroom in the hallway.
Was it ever recovered?
No, we didn't catch anyone. We're quite exposed out here. Somebody could just wandered along the lanes, seen into the storeroom. It's not particularly secure. They could have been in and out within minutes. That's why we advise people to keep their valuables with them. You can't be too careful these days, Inspector.
True.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Actually, hang on. Alright. Finally back.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Have you seen this before?
No.
The cupboard downstairs, there's a lot of unopened stuff in it.
Is there?
Prescriptions. Made out to you.
Oh, they're just spare painkillers. The chemist always gives us too many. He's a friend of the family.
Yeah, you're so full of shit.
Aha. So, you don't take any medicines except for prescription painkillers.
Well, they're not actually for me. They're Ryan's. For some reason, the chemist always makes them out to my name. He's an old gentleman.
Does Ryan need prescription painkillers?
Yes, he's got arthritis.
Really? He's young to suffer from that, isn't he?
He doesn't have it badly, but he does need medication from time to time.
What medicine is it?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Ryan will know.
So Ryan's the one using the prescriptions. I think I might have a word with him, work out exactly what this medicine is. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Alright. You piece of shit, Ryan. I'm coming to get your ass.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Tell me about your arthritis.
Oh, you found out about that. Well, yes, I'm old before my time.
It's very unlucky to have it so young.
Well, I take a lot from life, Inspector, and sometimes life likes to give you a little bit back. I mean, it's not too bad, it's not too debilitating. It's mainly some in my right hand, some in my left hand. It's not particularly a problem. Makes it difficult to hold small things, though.
What do you take for it?
I get a prescription painkiller.
How often do you need that?
Not often, as and when. I keep some here, I keep some at home.
Where is it? Bullshit.
You don't keep any medicines on site at Atlas.
No.
Except your prescription painkillers.
Well, these are not available to the students.
But they are kept on site.
Yes, but they're locked away. They're kept in the storeroom. Nobody would have access to them.
You're sure about that?
Absolutely sure.
Bullshit.
What are the painkillers, Ryan?
They're painkillers. Just painkillers. Normal painkillers.
Paracetamol, codeine, morphine.
Well, all right, they're morphine tablets, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on, Inspector. I know what you're thinking, but there's no way Kate could have had access to them.
Because they're in the storeroom.
Well, not just that. She wouldn't have even known about them, or where they were.
Alright.
Sure about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is morphine
Bullshit.
Ryan's taking. The pieces are starting to come together. Now I just have to work out how Kate got hold of it. If it was Ryan's morphine she got hold of course.
So the storeroom isn't particularly secure, yet you keep your morphine tablets in there. I thought you said no one could get access to the morphine, but they could, quite easily, couldn't they, Ryan?
I didn't mean that storeroom. I meant a different storeroom. I keep them in there.
Okay. So where was it locked up?
It's upstairs. It's got a combination lock on it. Nobody could have access to it except me and Dad. Nobody.
I might have a look at that if you don't mind.
Don't mind at all.
Combination locked room, I see. Well, I might have a look around for that. See how secure and combination locked it really is. Thank you. Probably be back later.
Now. It had nothing written on it. Also, oh, okay.
Welcome to the Mirror Room. This exercise is all about identifying the difference between the image one presents to the world and one's real self, which lies deep in our unconscious. As you move through the network of mirrors, practice seeing yourself as a stranger. The more you separate from your persona, the more aware you will become of your true desires and ambitions. Chant with us. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself.
I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself.
This exercise involves the use of liberation masks. You have now completed Module 1. Module 2 covers boundary testing, threshold testing, and extreme testing. Please read the notes carefully before attempting the module.
Not really a storage room, I would argue.
Few more questions, please.
Hey, the fuck was that all about,
Can you tell
mate?
me what you know about the mirror room upstairs?
Oh, you found that then. Well, it's very similar to the costumes, Inspector. It's designed to help the students look at themselves differently.
And what do you do with the mirrors?
You look at yourself, Inspector. You look at yourself until you start seeing yourself as others do. And you don't see yourself as you do anymore. It really, the idea is that you can see yourself eventually any way you wish.
So why in a locked room?
To make sure you're not distracted, that's all.
How often is it used?
Not often, a few times a month. Some students find it useful, some don't.
Ah.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Ask you a couple more things, please.
Did you know he had
know
arthritis?
about Ryan Rand's arthritis?
Arthritis? I didn't think Ryan had arthritis.
Alright, did you know about
Do
this
you know
thing?
about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Did you know about Ryan's arthritis?
Ryan? He's got arthritis?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't noticed he had any problems.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Yeah.
What's it used for?
Well, it's mainly for the auto-hypnosis module. You go in and you stare into the mirror and you go into a trance. Then when you're ready, you come back out.
So you just go in whenever you want to?
Oh, no. There's certain times when you're allowed in, and only they know the combinations anyway, so you can't really get in.
But you don't know the combination?
No.
Yeah, no.
Aha.
That time I could
So you
put that
didn't
together.
know the combination to the locked mirror room?
Nope.
Except you'd written it down, hadn't you?
Oh, it was written down.
This is the
alright.
combination to the mirror room, Simon, that you wrote. It isn't a pin, it's a combination.
Yeah.
You see, this sort of thing makes me suspicious, Simon. What were you doing in there that you didn't want anyone, including me, to find out?
It's just part of the course, isn't it? I just wanted to go in there when I was ready.
Alright.
You didn't give the number to anyone else?
No.
Simon, there was morphine kept in that room that might have played a part in Kate Vine's death. Did Kate have the number?
Yes, okay. We both went in.
Together?
We were trying to outdo each other. We both tried to morph in.
What do you mean trying to outdo each other?
It's part of the course. To see how far you can push yourself. To see if you could do something you wouldn't normally do.
When was this?
A few months ago.
How often did you try it?
Only that once. I'd never do it again.
How about Kate?
I don't know. Sorry.
We are so close to beating
That's
this
how Kate
game.
got the morphine. But what exactly
Oh,
does this
right, she did have
testing
morphine.
involve? Could this have been what killed Kate? 11 o'clock. Just an hour left to solve this thing.
We got plenty of time. Think more than one person is guilty? Fair enough. Everyone does seem to have a strange little part playing into it, but only one person is the actual, like, the one responsible. We can only arrest one person. Here we go.
Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to. Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
What is this?
A test.
Of what?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought, you were supposed to be good at working things out, Inspector Jenks.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
Yeah.
Disappear now.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments.
Don't mind if I do.
Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan.
Is your keys, Kyle?
No.
You don't
So
have to
that's
be a
threshold
fucking asshole
testing,
about it.
is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
So you know that it is in fact a car key fob. The only car we've actually seen is right over here, and you willingly gave the actual keys out. Actually, I guess this does lock and lock the car, but still. Alright, it's bitten. It's on the switched sides.
Bingo. Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
Alright. We're at the end game now. This is the last hour. You could have closed that with a bit more force there, Inspector Jenks. Oh.
A few more
The window.
questions, if you don't mind.
Okay, so
Recognize this at all?
Yeah, he fixed my laptop.
Does he live locally?
I think so.
Seen this before?
Don't think so.
yeah. James definitely wouldn't know about the money. Fair enough,
Back
James.
later on, if that's okay.
Fair enough. I'll give that one to you.
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do.
I can't really force him to check a bit more. That was just the The hourglass. The magnifying glass only lets you check out one thing there.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Just one.
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Feel free to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them to grannies.
Okay, James, let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that?
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
I checked both greenhouses.
Friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look? No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not. Thank you. Probably be back later. A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Alright, I haven't asked you shit in a while.
Do you know who this is? Dean Hayfield, Aztec.
Sorry, never heard of him. We have some prisoner of sort who does our IT. Large guy. No manners.
Bit rude.
Seen this before anywhere?
No.
And what do you know about Simon's laptop being stolen from Atlas?
Oh, no, I wasn't happy about it.
What did you do about it?
Ryan paid a con man to install a complicated CCTV system at twice the price that it would probably have cost. Seemed to do the trick, though. We haven't had a theft since.
When did Ryan begin to suffer from arthritis?
Ryan doesn't suffer from arthritis.
Really?
The only thing that Ryan suffers from is a pathetic inability to deal with any kind of discomfort. He pulled his back sometime last year. Since then, he's going around telling everybody he suffers from arthritis.
I thought he had medication for it.
Oh, he only has medication because his GP, who is almost as dysfunctional as he is, keeps prescribing it for him.
So you don't believe he really has arthritis?
Not at all.
Can you tell me about the room with the mirrors at Atlas? The one with the combination lock?
How did you get in there?
I was given the code for the combination.
By Ryan?
Well, nobody else is allowed to know the code, are they?
And not in theory.
So how's the room used on the course?
It's a meditation room where the students can reflect on themselves, literally.
And what about the CD?
That helps too. It's part of the program.
So you send the students into the room, they put the CD on, they stare into the mirrors. And how long does this last for?
Until the CD finishes or they fall asleep. What else would you like to know?
Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea. Where did you find it?
Just outside.
You better ask him.
You think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
Wait a minute. She's not blonde. She's fucking brunette. She's brunette as shit. But of course, there's not gonna be a contradiction about that, is there? Maybe he's...
What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pod?
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
No.
That's it for the time being, thank you. A few more questions, please. Thank you. Do you know anything about a locked room at Atlas with mirrors in it?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think that's a question for Ryan.
Smart.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Never mind. I thought I could find a contradiction. Unless maybe it's somewhere else. What in here?
Ask you a couple more things, please.
I wouldn't know about the money.
Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
Nah, yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
That's
totally
all for the
fine.
moment. Thank you.
Everything's just fine and dandy here. He wouldn't know about the money either, fair enough.
Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium? No. Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
But I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? But I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so...
Okay. I feel like there's a contradiction there, specifically. Oh, that's hallucinogenic. Well, I don't know what, I didn't figure.
Aha.
Aha. Ha ha.
You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't it?
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
Go on.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group, basically.
What do you mean, test her?
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me, and the other person's the...
victim?
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing. Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
Because they thought she was the best student?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well, I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear.
Atlas seemed to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
Knew I'd find a fucking contradiction
Be
there.
back later on, if that's okay.
Because I don't know shit about those kinds of drugs. So that was more just me taking a shot in the dark. She wouldn't know about that. That's not already. Hey.
Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you know anyone in the running to be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest. Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
Yeah. True.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Alright. We have a lot to ask Ryan. Hey, buddy. We've got a few questions for you. If it's all fine and dandy.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, a few. I'm not gonna ask him about that yet.
Know
Let's ask him
anything about
this.
poppy pods?
Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods. Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those. Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
Holy shit. Okay, first he got that really accurate, like, disgruntled bracket face where you do the colon and then the open bracket, where it's just like, and then the last bit he just looked so confused. Alright, you want to find out.
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you
leaving?
didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
I mean, it's not really a bribe because it is specifically signed for Kate, and I can't really scratch that and put my own name on there, can I?
Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector?
Quite a bit,
Candidates are simply the best students. The ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It seems a very simple deal.
And how do you decide who the prime candidate is? Do you test students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you? I really wouldn't trust anything that Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate. No. Now, Simon Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives. More than I.
A motive to kill her, do you mean?
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
I love hearing that bell in the background music.
Aha.
Yeah, you can't
So-
bullshit your way out of this one.
Students aren't coerced or bribed in any way. Except Kate.
Well, she was...
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
So, how often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
So Ryan's claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else? Thank you. Probably be back later.
Wait a minute. Wait just a goddamn minute. Students aren't tested. The money was to test her.
Well,
You
which
can't
one
get
is it,
this.
Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate was in the running to be prime candidate?
Yes!
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference! If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Oh shit, there's a last hour. Okay.
And still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed.
Yeah,
It's
I
no
would count
surprise
them
that
all.
Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death, but I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.
Yep, he sure did put his foot in his mouth that time. Alright. Just kinda take a little stroll up through here while we ask people
Couple more
some
questions, if that's okay?
Alright.
Thank you. Probably be back
Sorry
later.
for taking your time, James. We headed up to Paul's next.
A few more questions, please.
What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students. And they get an instant job.
And what do you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
Students not encouraged to hurt each other. Didn't encourage that.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
I just asked him about prime candidates, but I can do the second part there.
Chief
No
Ryan
problem.
admitted that he asked Simon to test Kate to see if she was good enough to be prime candidate, but he's throwing it all back on Simon. Says it was up to Simon about how he went about testing her.
Very convenient. What does Paul say?
He pretty much backs Ryan up. He claims they don't do any threshold testing.
Well, that's a load of horse droppings. He knows you're onto him, Jenks, which means you're getting somewhere at last. It's only taken you until midnight, but well done nonetheless. Listen, call me back. I'm watching an old movie, but Christopher Lee's only just turned up, so I'll be here for another hour or so.
Understandable, Chief.
Call again.
Yeah, bye.
I'm not much of a movie person, but I understand the grind nonetheless.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know what a prime candidate is?
At Atlas, it's the best student.
And what does that mean?
It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
But?
Mostly they aren't up to it.
And what happens then?
They get sacked.
Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
No.
Be back later on if
Alright,
that's okay.
see ya. Bye. God damn it. I want there to be something useful there at some point.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, Kate.
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No. No, she never talked about Atlas.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright, Simon.
How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest. She's just not really prime candidate material.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Already asked fucking Paul about prime candidates. I'm guessing it's meaning that there's a contradiction
few more questions,
here.
if you don't mind.
Yeah. Right. Damn. The thing that I had said that this is one half of the contradiction. So I'm just kind of looking through. I'm missing something here.
Aha.
Found you.
You say you don't endorse threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
Well, if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand?
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics, push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest. That's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
You're gonna have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
I'll see myself out.
Nah, it's fine. Yeah. Fucking fine and dandy.
Lovely man, your father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
And don't be a smartass. Oh, sneaky bugger.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him.
He's a policeman. We can't just...
You sort this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
Don't make it too loud now.
That
They
doesn't
already
sound
thought
good.
you were out.
Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. What's
I'd
Kyle
say
got
so.
to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
Cool. Anyways. Yeah.
Damn. I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
We're gonna get mugged. I just feel it. I mean, we already got mugged, so, you know, yeah. We saw this person before.
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard, not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here?
Inspecting. So,
Dumbass.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Knife.
What?
That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
This is all part of the Atlas course. It's a physical endurance exercise.
Drop the knife. The knife, Kyle!
Kyle.
Drop it!
Drop it.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success.
There's
Our
no
lessons are
imagination
reinforced
nor
by a
flair in
unique
this.
Emotional experience.
Terror?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that
Simon killed her? Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
any more likely than you, Ryan?
Yeah, fuck off, Kyle. Yeah.
I know. Police brutality.
Oh, boo-hoo. Cry yourself a fucking river, Kyle.
It's alright. You okay?
You're welcome for saving your ass.
You save someone from being sacrificed, and that's the thanks you get. If that wasn't an occult ceremony, I don't know what is. The Rands have been lying all along. But what's Simon going to say about Ryan's accusation?
Well, let's find out, shall we? I believe this is the
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
second final boss. I'm gonna phrase it like
What
that
would you
because
say
it's fitting.
if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving license, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving license, please.
Here it is.
See that pattern on the
There it
tape there?
is.
Let me show you something. See this pattern? Now look at that. It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
So?
So there's only one person that's taped like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. but it all went wrong. Okay, it's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you, all right? Kate gives her driving license to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
I'm afraid I find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas works.
But Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
But I didn't kill her! Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her. I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
Yeah, and I need to do that test on this.
Where did he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
Fuck. There we go. So I mean no good at direction. Wait a minute. Finally? Nope. What do you say? Fuck. Alright, so now that was just story to kind of get rid of asking questions for him or with him. Aha.
Did Simon mention walking home with anyone after the meeting last Friday?
No, he just came home.
Forgot there was a bit more.
He didn't mention walking home with Kate?
No, definitely not.
Have you seen this anywhere before?
I've seen it somewhere, but can't remember. Sorry, no.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright, James and Rebecca. Alright, James.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Ever seen tape like this anywhere before?
Nah.
Fair enough. Have a nice day.
Do you know how well Simon knew Kate?
Not really.
Did you ever see them together?
No, why? Do you think he killed her?
I've no idea. Do you think he'd be capable of that?
Do you think we're all capable of it?
No, I don't.
Sure. So you'd never been in your police car responding to an incident, driven past a school at high speed?
Don't know. Maybe.
Well, you've answered your own question then. When you've got a need and things get in your way, it's human nature to either ignore them or get rid of them. Any way you can. That's all murder is, isn't it?
Maybe you're right.
I very much agree with James there. Even if you take away anyone's tools that you actually see as like weapons and stuff, we will still find ways to kill each other.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Even with some of the stuff that we deem as safe, if you get creative enough, you know, it can still be just as dangerous. This is why you need to be prepared in case shit like that happens. Alright.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
Aha.
Haha.
You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago, is that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside? That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca.
I'm just asking you
like to tell
a
me.
simple fucking
No,
question.
I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What'll come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca. Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
Aha.
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Every single bit.
You want to know what I know?
Yeah.
Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving license thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, said someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to a lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything. She just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped. Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You killed her, Rebecca.
She slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Who? Emma. It was Emma.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, it appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity. But there are some loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, what is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places. Politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all. I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're gonna have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
That was Contradiction. So, I had watched a guy, I think I explained this first stream. There's a guy called Jesse Cox on YouTube. That is his actual name. He played this with his friend Dodger. God, it was such a good fucking series. And the fact that they called all the bits that were happening, right, kind of... They called a lot of the story shots, the story scenes, at the beginning of the fucking game, or at least by the time they were introduced. Like, they figured out from the tape on the driver's license and on the window, the broken window, that Rebecca might have done it. They figured out that James had a lot of secret information and stuff, kind of like, you know, they theorized that he was gonna be like, I was about to say Ed from Hot Fuzz. I don't remember the guy's name, but he played Ed in Shaun of the Dead as well. But yeah, they called a lot of that shit, and it was funny as hell that they got it right with their instincts alone. Aw. Yes, I fucking loved this game. My only critique was that one bit with the contradiction to find out that Third Eye was the previous iteration of Atlas. Because I had forgotten about that bit of information, if it was even said like that. It probably did say it on like the sidebar, but you know, I was more focused on the parts that you contradict with. But yeah, phenomenal game. I really do love how they portray the characters here. Like, I want to figure out, because I have a lot of ideas and stuff that go through my head, and like, I sometimes imagine whole ass stories and then never do anything with them. But I always want to figure out how you can get a character to rant about something like a lot of these characters do, without making it sound preachy as hell. But who asked what question? It was pretty fun. This is a great game. Oh, old message. Okay. It was quite a lot of fun. It was definitely a nice little breather. Like out of all the other games that I have up on as streams at the moment, like, or in the series that I have at the moment, I'm playing through Cave Story Plus. I'm at the hardest part of the game, and since I'm going through and getting the best ending, I unlocked the more difficult portion of that place that I'm currently stuck at. I am on the 6th chapter out of 8 in Cry of Fear. And, it takes a while for me to build up courage for that game, apparently. I am in the Nether in Minecraft because I set myself there at the beginning to try and escape. And my god, the Nether is not a friendly place. And I only haven't played Mario Party 2 tonight was because I wanted to get through this game. Because this was a nice and relaxing game. Halloween stuff? Oh, cool. Yeah, I still need to work on some art pieces myself. I need to work on some completion art. Speaking of, this is going to get added to it since I've completed this game on stream. Fun puzzle game. I love the characters, how they act, how you can almost feel like you can notice their tells. Like, just the way they act is perfect. And as they said in that, like, at that bit at the end, this was made on a very tight budget. So yeah, it's a good game. Highly recommend it. Alright. I've gotten all 17 achievements. Partly because I didn't use the cheat system the game had. I instead opted to look online. Oh, I thought I answered that. I said I was thinking about doing some more, like... Oh, I guess I didn't answer all of it. I only stated that I was thinking of at least an alternate set of outfits for my avatars and characters for, like, the different season. Didn't really talk much about, like, costumes, like Halloween costumes or anything. I thought about it. I'm not sure what I would do. Plus, that would still be a lot more drawing. But we shall see. Yeah. Okay. I gotta get some stuff done here. But while I do that, alright. This is gonna sound like gibberish if you don't know about Don't Starve, especially the original base game and not the DLCs, nor Don't Starve together. But you know how Don't Starve had only 2 seasons when it first came out? It had what it originally called Summer. It's called Fall in the Reign of Giants DLC. But that also introduced the other 2 seasons. But it was originally Summer and Winter. So, at minimum, I do want to add at least another set of outfits to my characters. Like, with an exception being Bramble, because she's just a cat with a collar, and she already has fur. She's a cat, she's a familiar. I don't think she's going to need any extra protection. But for, like, my avatar, Buster and Brussel, I want to, like, figure out a way to still have them kind of be the same-ish outfit, just stylized for winter. I mean, like, I guess Brussel has the jacket for her regular fit. But, yeah. That, like I said, that's a jacket and not like a winter coat. I really do have to think about it. What is this, 3rd stream? Yes. There we go. Yep. Thank you guys for sticking around. It was a lot of fun playing through this game. I feel like it's a nice little breather in between the games I've apparently decided I was going to play at once. A lot of action, tension-based stuff. I need to kind of balance it out, and I wasn't really thinking about it, but I need to balance it out with like actual calmer games, which I believe I can do once I beat Cave Story. Yeah, especially since when I beat Cave Story, my next game is Jazzpunk, which is the calmest game that I will possibly be playing on the backlog. For now. Remember, look cute. Oh yeah, I guess I could give her a little hat like that. Yeah. Good night. Sleep well. And just as a final little note before I end stream, I like this game because not only does it use the idea of an investigation and make a unique mechanic for it, but also the mechanic can be useful in real life. A lot of lies are... If someone lies a lot, eventually they're gonna start forgetting stuff. Forgetting which stuff is lies and which stuff aren't. And either they are not paying attention at all, or they think, or they hope that you don't notice. So, finding contradictions and stuff like that is I say it's a good skill to have, finding contradictions. It's one of the reasons, aside from all the other cool stuff the game did, it's one of the reasons why I enjoy this game. It's because in any situation, you could essentially do this if people decide they were gonna lie about certain stuff.